Ever feel like your wardrobe just needs some more autumnal vibes? Well, join me in today's video where I'm going to make a super cute pinafore. Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going back in time a little bit to when I did some pattern testing for Scroop Patterns and their brand new pattern, the Tara skirt and pinafore. Just to say, this video isn't sponsored in any way, but when I saw Scroop advertising that they were looking for pattern testers and I saw how cute this pinafore was, I had to apply. And I had been wanting to make a pinafore anyway. I also had this lovely fabric sitting in my stash. I found it at Abercan quite a while ago now, and I just thought it would be perfect for a pinafore. It's a sort of medium weight and it's got a really nice kind of cozy texture to it. I'm not sure how I can explain it properly, but it's like, it's just really nice. And I thought that this would be perfect for a sort of autumn winter type pinafore. I received my copy of the tester pattern, which was super easy to put together. So let's head back in time to me cutting out the fabric. I started off with the pinafore front. I really liked how the straps went on. It came out really neat looking, especially with the top stitching. I made the pleats being super careful to keep them all in line. I have in the past ended up with some folding over on the underside, which is so frustrating. For the skirt part, I stitched up the back and finished with the felled seam. I did the same for the sides, making sure to line up where the markings were for the pockets. For the pockets, I used some Lord of the Rings scrap fabric I had in my stash for the lining. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I stitched them together following the instructions, turned them right side out, pressed them, and then I added some top stitching just to the top. I finished them off by hand stitching the gap left from turning them the right way out. I followed the pattern markings to attach the pockets to the skirt. The pockets are supposed to stick out a bit from the fabric, which not only looks interesting but means extra pocket space. I stitched together the inner and outer back waistband pieces and sandwiched the pinafore front between the inner and outer front waistband pieces. I then joined the waistband to the skirt section, making sure not to sew over my seam allowances at the sides. I stitched in the ditch to secure the inner waistband at the front. There was some really interesting folding that went on in the pattern, which I've never done before when doing a waistband, but it resulted in all the seam allowances laying really nicely and aiding in the elastic at the back laying really nicely. I attached a safety pin to the end of the elastic and then secured the inner waistband at the back. I left a gap at the end where the elastic wasn't already attached, so I could fish it out and attach it to the seam allowance at that end. I added 2 rows of stitching along the elasticated back, making sure to pull the elastic taut as I sewed. I was also supposed to attach the back straps at this point, but I forgot, so had to do them later. I then added 2 lines of top stitching at the front. I did a narrow hem, and then to finish I added decorative buttons to the pockets. And then it was done! I genuinely really like this. It's super flattering, it's really comfortable, and oh my god, the pockets. The pockets hold so much. I've also never seen a design like that before, so I really wanted to try it out. Overall, I really enjoyed doing this pattern test. I've ended up with 2 new pinafores because I did make my mock-up as a wearable mock-up. And that one's on much lighter fabric, so that one would be better for like summer and spring. So I've got all seasons covered for pinafores. The fabric choice I'm really happy with. I think this looks really, really pretty, and it really fits the kind of autumnal cozy vibe I was going for. I also got to use up some of the scrap material that I had of just like little bits lying around for doing the pockets. That's one of the major reasons why I chose this pocket style, because I really liked the idea of having the lining visible. At some point I may change out the buttons just because I used what I had in my stash, and because I fell ill at the time I wasn't able to get out and get some. They are cute, I really like it. They're kind of like rustic and just plain wood. But at some point I might go out and get some others. Thanks again to Scroop Patterns for accepting me onto the pattern test. There are other options for the pattern. You can have the pinafore, there's 2 different versions of the pockets, there's a skirt, and there's also the historical version, which is, I'm hoping I'm saying this right, the Seton skirt, which is based on a historical pattern. I may make that at some point. I do need a 19 teens corset to go with before I can make that though, but that might be a fun future project. The version that I did was a test, so the final may vary slightly, but the pattern is available now, so I will leave a link in the description for that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it was slightly different to my usual. Doing all the YouTubey things would be very much appreciated. Like, comment, share. As always, thank you very much to anybody who has supported me on my Ko-fi page. Big shout out to Elaine Bai, because she has been with me from the beginning and I really do appreciate you. Also, the sandworm pattern is up and available now, so the link is in the description if you want to check that out. Thanks again. YouTube is saying that you might enjoy this video next, and I will see you next time. Bye!